Is it confirmed?
The Taliban took Herat. Kabul might be next. Al's family's there.
We're at the airport. Although there's so many people, I don't think I can do this.
Listen to me. I am right there with you.
Okay, I'll be back.
Sit down, we want to talk to you real quick. Can we talk to you real quick?
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
Right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
We knocked on doors. We need solutions, and the Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million. We need the Build Back Better plan right now.
My name is Blanca. I was brought here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070. And I'm here because I definitely believe that we need a pathway to citizenship. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it, because there's millions of undocumented people just like me who share the same story or even worse things that happen to them because of SB 1070 and because of anti-immigrant legislation. And this is the opportunity to pass it right now, and we need to hold you accountable to what you told us, what you promised us that you were going to pass when we knocked on doors for you. It's not right.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and it's because of the lack of worker protections that we don't have in the gig economy. I need you to stand by workers. Lots of people who are like me.
I'm still not sure the Milwaukee's actually won the championship. I didn't watch. I wasn't there. I didn't watch the game myself. So I guess I'll go off a basis of there's got to be some kind of proof. I'm going to do my own research and figure out if they won it.
Hello, my name is Jessica Meir, and I am on a 7-month mission aboard the International Space Station. As a proud woman of Jewish heritage, I personally recommit to the promise, never again. Together, humanity must ensure that the events and meaning of the Holocaust are never forgotten. We must ensure that the memory of the Holocaust remains relevant to our global society. Before traveling to space for my mission, I received this replica of a drawing created by Felix Kasowitz during the Holocaust. He created this postcard in 1944, where he was forced to work for the Hungarian labor service on the Russian front. The message Felix wrote to his son to comfort him is, "You can see that star just the same as me." This postcard is just one of the tens of thousands of works of art in Yad Vashem's art collection. This unique piece of art has particular meaning to me. Just like Peter, Felix's son depicted in the drawing, I too gazed into the heavens and dreamed that one day I would go into space. Just like Peter, I was fascinated by the stars. And from my vantage point aboard the ISS, I can tell you, they are beyond beautiful. To me, the message is clear. 75 years after the end of the Holocaust, those same stars are still seen today by all of humanity. We must all become everlasting witnesses to the past. Together, we can build a better tomorrow for our children.
Hey guys, let's talk gender, specifically Libra genders. Firstly, know the difference between a static or a stable gender, one that doesn't change, and a fluid gender, one that does change. Now, Libra genders. Libra gender people feel mostly agender with a slight connection to another gender. Firstly, Libra feminine, and I do want you guys to keep in mind for the rest of the video that there is another black line down there. Feminine people feel mostly agender and slightly feminine. I describe it as feeling a strong connection to agender as well as a lesser connection to femininity. Libra masculine is the opposite, where someone feels mostly agender and slightly masculine. Described as having a strong connection to being genderless as well as a lesser connection to being masculine. Lastly, we have Libra fluid. Libra fluid people feel mostly agender with a slight connection to another gender that fluctuates throughout other genders. Stay with me here. They feel a strong connection to being agender and another part of their gender feels fluid. One part will always feel agender, the other part will fluctuate between masculine and feminine. Hope that could help.
Why didn't you go to the baseball field today?
I didn't already tell you?
No.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Let me explain it like this. Listen, cause it's Shabbos, like, oh yes, pouring grape juice and eating that challah. Call up, call me kosher baller, praising Hashem, gonna get the light, eating gefilte, like I ain't got no filter. You could call this my filler, yeah. My filler, yeah, yeah. Cause it's Shabbat. You say you'll take my light, but I'm like, nah, no you're not. Too hot like the chola in the pot. If you ain't helping your bubby, then you might as well kick the rocks. Cause I'm pouring emotions like oceans, exploring and flooring and touring. I'm reading the Torah. I'll stop this verse here, cause I'm saying no more. And
Oy vey, Shmariahu, what is all this? Stop toying with your wraps for today and move the challah to the oven. It's Erev Shabbos.
Okay, Alba.
So I was just told that Bevy has terminated Emma Sarli after her racist attack against my fiance and I in the dog park. And while it's unfortunate that she had to lose her job, I do think that this brings up an important conversation about accountability, especially in a country where Black and brown people, marginalized people as a whole, have seen so little of it oftentimes, right? Having to bear the burden of racism, sexism, homophobia, etc. I think that it's important that people know that there are consequences for their actions, right? And I don't think that it's up to victims to have to coddle, people who are engaging in abuse. When I woke up yesterday morning, I didn't expect to have to be a part of this conversation. I didn't expect to go to the dog park as a Black person and have to receive, racism. So while again it is unfortunate what happened, I hope that Emma learns from this. I hope that other people learn from this who engage in abusive, racist, and destructive behavior, because ultimately, whether Emma lost her job or not doesn't take away the trauma that my fiance and I have. It doesn't take away the feeling of feeling like anything racist can happen anywhere. So I don't think that people should be coddled, and I do think that consequences are important. So hopefully this is a learning lesson for everybody.
Have you ever noticed that Grandpa Poopy Pants wants to be friends with the Taliban terrorist, foreign and domestic? Maybe we should worry about the Timothy McTrump-humping Al-Qaeda Taliban terrorist here at home. You fucking shit-eaters!
Okay, this is a really wonderful question, and I've been wanting to address this for a really long time because he, they lesbians are so fucking valid, and here's why. When we think about lesbians, we think of women loving women. And a lot of us are taught that only women can be lesbians. But actually, if you look at the definitions of all of the lines in the lesbian flag, there is a place for gender nonconforming and non-binary people. And a lot of the people who use he, they pronouns identify as non-binary, which does not inherently make them men. Like, take me for example, I used to identify as a lesbian. I don't anymore, but I used to for a very long time. And, like, I really enjoy masculine adjectives for myself, like king or, like, whatever. But that doesn't mean that I feel like a man, like a masculine man on the inside. I still very much identify with not fitting into the gender binary, even though I use binary terms. And so if you're non-binary and you solely only like non-binary people and women, being a lesbian could be the right label for you. I hope that you have a better grasp on whatever.
Okay, let's have a moment of honesty, because this is a safe corner, and I want to talk about something that never fails to get me, like really get me, and not like get me in a good way. And the thing I'm talking about are freaking towels. So I've been on a journey to like redo my spaces that I live in, and that includes my bathroom. Who knew that finding a towel that was plus size friendly in a mainstream store would be like shopping for a needle in a haystack? So I've tried on towels, like literally tried towels on in stores, and have yet to find one that fits my body. Example A. Here I am in the wild trying on towels that are called oversized bath towels. And surprise, surprise, it didn't fit me. Are we shocked? I mean, with the way that fashion sizing is, I'm not. But it always gets to me because I'm human. And did I cry in Target? Yeah. But here's the thing. My embarrassment is now replaced by frustration and rage. Is it too much to ask for towels to fit plus size bodies?
You may find yourself living in beautiful California, and you may find a ballot was mailed to your beautiful home. And you may ask yourself, how did it get here? And as you drive behind the wheel of your hybrid automobile, you may find yourself thinking, what's this recall all about? You may ask yourself, well, should I even vote? Many a Republican wants to take over CA. Fill out your ballot and tell those MAGA hatters no way. Election September 14, you can vote early though. Tell all your friends in CA to vote no, 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 no. Lou as it ever was. Lou as it ever was.
Today, I'm announcing that effective Friday, August 27th, masks will be required in all public outdoor settings where physical distancing is not possible, regardless of vaccination status. Masks have proven to be effective at reducing transmission and are a necessary measure right now, even in some outdoor settings, to help us fight COVID and to protect one another.
I grew up Christian, and I'm convinced Christian supremacy is a bigger threat than white supremacy. Let me explain. Christian supremacy is the idea that we are a Christian nation and our laws should be modeled after the Bible. But even Christians don't agree on what the Bible teaches. That's why there are over 200 Christian denominations in the US alone. So, Christian supremacy becomes a power struggle to decide which interpretation of the Bible should define us. And guess what? Christian groups in power have used the Bible to justify every form of oppression, including racism, colonialism, classism, sexism, and homophobia. Christian supremacy is white supremacy, just in different packaging. The Southern Baptist Church is the most powerful Protestant denomination in the U.S. They were founded after splitting with the Northern Baptists over slavery. Faith is personal, but Christian supremacy is political, and I think we need to talk about that more.
These are my ladies. This is Jill. This is my lady Amy. Little Susie. Brianna. You know why we call her Brianna, right? No. It's a long story. Shaniqua. Helga. Miss Kitty. Jeannie. I dream of,
I'm about to come out to all my students.
So I have a quick announcement for everybody. Can everybody look up from their phones? My class is important, please. Hello, I'm waiting. You guys look at me. So I usually go by Mr. Johnson, but I would like to be called Zoa now. My name is Zoa, and I'm non-binary. So you can call me Mr. Zoa, you can call me Miss Zoa, you can call me Mix Zoa. That's MX period. And I go by all pronouns. That's it. Thank you. Thanks, guys. That's it. Oh, thank you. If anybody has any questions, you can ask me at the end of class.
Alright, I'm ready for all the hate comments, but if you're a cisgender person and you don't want to date a trans person just because of the fact that they're trans, you're transphobic, my friend.
Let me show you what I'm about. Let them haters run their mouth. You should know you something different, cause I brought you to my house. So you breakfast on my couch. Anything you ask.
So many reasons I can think of off the top of my head why Americans are addicted to air conditioning.
So many reasons, but the most infuriating one is that our buildings are built wrong. In a great stitch, Desiree Stevens talked about how it was because of white supremacy and colonialism. Indigenous people had air conditioning. through streams of water built underneath the ground, or in ways that work to the natural landscape, such as building in the shade. And there are so many more examples from what we call vernacular architecture. For example, wind catchers from Iran. A famously hot place, these were incredibly effective cooling systems. These traditional Malay houses are designed to be porous that allow for cross-ventilation. Here's another self-ventilating house from southern Turkey. So if the colonizers had not killed everybody and learned how they could naturally cool their buildings, we might not need air conditioning. So when y'all are like, oh, it doesn't matter if the field of architecture is based in white supremacy, it's still like great design. It's bad design because we have to burn oil to not get heat stroke to live in these stupid buildings because you won't respect vernacular architecture.
I am non-binary. I hope everyone knows that we need to protect the women and children has been used against marginalized people for most of human history. These comments upset me because it's anti-trans, of course, but also it strikes me as anti-your own daughters, anti-young people, anti-women. If you are a young person, if you're a daughter, if you are a woman, would you do me a favor? Please let all of the men in your life know that you can take care of yourself. Let them know you don't need protecting, and that you especially don't want protection if it means erasing trans people from public life.
Hi everyone, my name is Bunny. I use bun pronouns. I identify as gender fey. What does being gender fey mean? Gender fey is a type of non-binary gender fluid identity that ranges between agender and feminine with no feelings of masculinity. There is no single set point. It can move around. There are associated identities that are in that family. There is gender fawn, which is similar but never encompasses feelings of femininity. There's gender fair, which is a form of gender fluidity that never encompasses completely, entirely being male. So there are feelings of masculinity. It's just not identifying as male. Then there is gender floor, which is a form that never encompasses male, female, masculine, feminine. It is a type of gender fluidity that only encompasses agender or non-binary identities. And there we have the gender fey family of identities.
My daughter just called and her boyfriend has tested positive. He's the only person in his work that's wearing a mask out of, 300 people. And now my daughter, who's 29 weeks pregnant, is at risk. And I hate every single fucking one of you who refuses to wear a fucking mask to protect others. I fucking hope this virus finds you. I hope it finds you, and I hope it fucking destroys you. Because the people that are trying to do their part in this are getting sick because of you stupid, ignorant, fucking morons. So, please get vaccinated.
COVID's dangerous. It's lethal. It's a bit like the beef Notorious B.I.G. used to rap about when he said, beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. Well, when COVID sees you, you can end up in ICU. Maybe not at the same rate as Biggie's beef, but that's the point about risk. You don't want to test these streets and risk ending up in the ICU.
Story time. This has been my first year in preschool with a class of my own, teaching alongside another queer neurodivergent educator, and we have been rocking our twos class. We've been talking about gender and skin color and consent and empathy and our bodies and autonomy. It's been fabulous. But our teaching team is shifting and a new person is being onboarded, someone with many years of experience. So today at the lunch table, when the topic of gender and genitals came up, one of our students plainly looked up and said, "Well, I'm a girl today." but I know that teacher Co isn't. No, they're NB. And the look on the incoming teacher's face was priceless. She was shocked in a good way, and she just looked around at the two of us and said, "This class is incredible, and I am so impressed."
Parents look out for maybe language that they use, their young sons might be using,
Telltale
or
signs.
behaviour that they might have.
Yes, they can. So there are lots of bits of language that might be red flags referring to people as normies or as triggered. Normies is the word incels use for people outside their community. Triggered, based, cucked, describing being red-pilled or black-pilled, which are words they use to describe being infiltrated into the ideology.
Yeah.
And it's worth saying as well that they see this as a kind of conduit to other forms of extremism. It isn't completely separate from far-right, white nationalist, white supremacist movements. They actually really see it as a slipway. So parents might see a combination of perhaps also racism creeping in as well. The incel community is a very racist community. This is a racist ideology. And of course, white supremacist is a deeply misogynistic ideology.
Yeah, I figured I'd let the kids go outside and play. Let them piss off the neighbors a little bit. Because all my neighbors are pretty much Trump supporters. You guys having fun? Do you know you're pissing off the neighbors?
Thank you, Dr. Fauci. I had a couple questions about the vaccine. We don't know the long-term negative health effects of the COVID shots. A lot of rumors about, phones sticking to arms. Can you help me weigh the pros and cons of getting vaccinated?
That's a great question, Jacob, that a lot of people ask. And a lot of the things that you're referring to are just ridiculous myths. Do I become magnetic? Do you put a chip in me so I could follow you around? That kind of stuff. You gotta use your TikTok medium to debunk that nonsense. The benefit of the vaccine overwhelmingly outstrips any of the theoretical risks of something bad happening to you. But if they occur, they're spectacularly rare.
Well, thank you so much.
Right, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to be with you. Take care of yourself.
Should I relax my arm? Sure. Because my heart's not relaxed right now.
That's it.
Awesome. You happy, Dr. Fauci?
To ask you, why can a person with a penis not be a woman?
Because women don't have penises.
Why not? Can you find me a dictionary definition of woman which includes that?
I would only point to your mom. Did your mom have a penis?
I'm sorry, does every woman have to have a penis? I know women with penises.
No women have ever had a penis, and no mom has ever had a penis. I'm just asking.
My mom's had a lot of penises.
I know moms with penises. So these are irrational arguments. So let's give it another shot.
It's irrational to say that a woman can have a penis. I'm only giving you an example of
why?
Because your moms or women have wombs.
Some of them do.
And vaginas. I know this is news. This is what I mean by
you're not even engaging, dude. You're lost.
It's like Vash, between the two of us, you're the crazy person, buddy. You're the one saying that a woman
coming off
can have a penis.
No, I'm asking you, but you can't answer because you know that you have no arguments here. The fact of the matter is,
I'm bored with your madness.
Everything. But I'm asking you. So explain. Okay. So the fact that some women have wombs isn't an argument that some women can't have penises. So why can't a woman have a penis?
A woman can't have a penis because they don't.
Okay, so you can't, man. This is so I'm the mad one, but you're the one who has to resort to tautology in order to defend his positions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
it's
I'll
not
go with
surprising that you lost in every single academic circle and that every organization around the Western world unilaterally agrees with me. Like, it's pretty crazy. That's some crazy far left madness right there, you know?
Yeah. Yes, it's true. One of us is mad.
Okay, just, circular reasoning is like irrational, right?
Yeah, sure.